All right, Junkie Nation, he's back. The Long Island Killer, Chris Wade, who's coming off a big win over Arman Ospinov at PFL 2021, Week 4. It is a finish, head kick, and punches in round 2, and it puts him into the playoffs. What up, Chris Wade? How you doing?
What's up, guys? How are you?
Good. Man, I always wondered about that Long Island Killer name. Like that honestly sounds like a serial killer could really use that name. You know, or the authorities could apply that to him. If it was their neck of the woods that goes daddy, you know?
I don't give myself nicknames because I don't know. I don't feel like that's something you should do. And I think Eves Edwards gave me that like the second season of PFL, and he did a decent job at making it stick, but I don't go by it. I don't throw that around.
I like it, but I watch a lot of that, you know, documentaries and, you know, things like that, crime mystery shows.
I love that stuff.
And I'm sure one of these days I'll come across some Long Island Killer.
Yeah, the Go-Go Beach Killer. Go look him up.
Go-Go Beach Killer?
Yeah, he killed like 15 or 20 working girls.
Jeez, from your neck of the woods?
Left them at the beach down in the bushes in the parkway.
Damn, that's a savage right there.
Yeah, they never caught him. They don't know if he killed himself or I don't know what the deal is, but they never closed it.
Look, here's another thing. We're going to get the elephant out of the room. Last time you were on, we're busting your chops because the Hawks were about to bounce the Knicks. And, of course, we jinxed ourselves. Our Lakers went out days after, so we're both in the same boat.
Yeah. What a sad performance by both teams. No heart, in either performance, throughout the whole series. LeBron checked out 3 different games. I watched them in the bubble, and the Knicks couldn't hit a bucket if the basketball hoop was probably 4 times the size. So I don't think we could have combined our teams and won.
Well, guess what, though? You know what is in the running? I'm sure you're a New York Islanders fan, right?
No, I'm actually a Ranger fan, believe it or not. Most of my family is Islander fans, and I am rooting for them. I had a family barbecue yesterday, for coming home from the bubble, and we put the game on outside. I have a TV right down here outside. We put it on, and my parents were cheering, and my brothers were cheering when I think they won, right, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're in the conference finals,
and they won
against the Lightning, and now they're up 1-0.
Yeah, so they were all here. Everybody was rooting them on, and I'm happy for them because I don't root against unless it's the Yankees. I don't root against the other team in New York. Even the Nets, I'd like to see them win. I don't have anything against them, but let's hope the Islanders can get it done, man. It's been a long time, and the Rangers are young, man. Our time is coming. We just got we had to clean house there, get the ship rightened, and we'll be good.
We're Vegas Golden Knights fans, so I thought maybe our teams could meet head up, but you're saying you're a Rangers guy, and that's fine.
I actually put a bet in on the Avalanche to win the Stanley Cup earlier in the year, so that hurt a little bit that you guys took them out because that was a nice payday. But
really,
it's all right. It happens. Yeah, it was a future play. I figured that they had a good shot. So,
did you bet on Chris Wade last Thursday night?
No. That I'm not trying to get any fights canceled for trying to make a couple of extra bucks.
I'm not setting you up. You could probably joke about it and be serious about it. It's not illegal to bet on yourself. It's illegal to bet against yourself.
It's not.
But no, it's not. At least not here in Nevada. Last we checked,
you could walk up and place a bet on yourself.
That's what I was gonna say. Was you could probably just not flaunt it and walk up and go, "I'm Chris Wade. I'm betting on my." You probably just give the money to your buddy. But they say there's nothing wrong with betting. It's just kind of frowned upon, but not illegal. That's the difference.
Yeah, I should have. I could have made it a nice couple. I could have made myself a nice little fight of the night bonus out of it. I was the underdog, finish, KO.
I did. I got a new Vegas Golden Knight sweatshirt out of it. Thanks.
Yeah, I like that.
Hey, you know what? Listen, this interview is all about you. So we're talking about teams and killers and all that. But I do want to say one thing. You beat a good guy, man. That Arman Asparov was better than I thought. You guys had a really, really great fight. You should be very proud of that win because that dude was pretty tough. And the finish must feel good because you made it so that you're in control of your own destiny. You're not leaning on anyone else to take anyone else out.
Yeah, man. How it's poetic justice, like I said in the cage, to get forced basically to fight a knockout artist, some guy from the middle of nowhere who's super dangerous. A lot of respect for him. Nine KOs and a submission, so he's got 10 out of his 11 fights are finishes. And then to knock that guy out, it makes me feel like all the hard work that I've put in is paying off, and that this is my time now, and that there is destiny to some of these things, and there is a bit of magic that kind of comes along with it when you believe in yourself. And that's where we're at right now, man. I believe in myself, and I'm not scared in there anymore. Not afraid to like lose on TV, and because it's such a personal sport. It's not that I'm afraid to be in fights or anything like that, but you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of like family, friends, and scare people and have them upset and worried for you. So I've always tried to not put myself in these situations where you're in these crazy firefights. And I've saved my chin for a long time. And we're here kind of leading up to a finish line right now. And I'm fresh and I have a chin and I can go with the best of them. And it's time to sprint now, Yeah. I could see the post, man. And it's just time to go. Give it everything.
I remember you telling us you weren't going to consume yourself and scoreboard watch the television or anything like that. Plus, you were one of the earlier ones out of the ones that were possibly playoff bound.
First.
But
yeah.
you also understood that this guy was maybe going to come out like a bat out of hell too. So it was funny doing the interview with you and then just thinking about what you said, being patient, and then your time came and it was a really, really great strikes to finish the fight, and you went berserk, man. I can't even imagine you're in control of your own thoughts when you win a fight like that.
Yeah, isn't it amazing how we spoke and everything kind of came true, right? I said that he was going to probably try to go hard because he probably wanted bonus points if he wanted to stay in the tournament. And then I said how he tends to, when he sees an opening, he tends to overdo it and go crazy and doesn't leave himself much energy after. And I said that I didn't want to rush for a first round finish because I just needed points somewhere. And I said that I felt like second or third round, those points would be available to me. And I stayed in his face. Like I said, I was going to stay in his face. And he slips with his hands down all the time. He misread one of my kicks as a low kick, and it was a high kick. And that just started off a chain reaction that he couldn't absorb. It was amazing. I blacked out too. I went in the corner next to my coaches. What happened? And they were like, we don't know either. We have to go back and watch it. So Sean, the announcer, he had to take me. He's like, don't worry, we're going to show you a replay. I was like, all right, good, because I'm not really exactly sure what I did.
Hey, Chris, that closing sequence, is that something that you saw earlier in the fight? Because it seemed like you came close to that a few times. There were a few shots that just barely missed.
Yeah, that was something that all three of my coaches, all four guys that I was really working with, from LaFleur to Greg, we ran that basically the entire time, where they skirted the edge of our training facility, and I cut them off with straight punches to high kicks, because we felt like he thinks he's a good boxer and he likes to slip with his hands low, and that he'll slip into something. So that was literally what we talked about and trained. Also, when I was hitting pads with Keith over at Belmore, we were working on the same things. Basically, he shows me clips all the time of bringing your knee with you when you kick, so that if it turns into something else, the range is closer, you still land a knee, you don't miss a strike. And it turned out that, sure enough, getting my damn knee, and like he said, worked out perfect. I bonked him right in the temple with it, and I didn't even feel it really. And I saw how wobbled he was. I just went in for the kill automatically.
You mentioned that you got with the family and you had a big barbecue, and the situation that you're in right now, it seems like momentum is such a big deal. Is it difficult to maybe disconnect from MMA for a day or two and think about other things? I mean, is this just constantly on your mind?
Yeah, I can't lie to you. I'm in such a depth of this tournament right now, and it's so personal to me that I find myself sometimes laying on the couch, even when we're relaxing. Like, my girlfriend's here, my daughter's here. We're watching a movie right now, and I'll get in these little fogs where I'm just envisioning the next fight. My heart starts pumping, the blood starts racing. So I can't get it off my mind right now. I'm already back in the gym. I trained today. I'll be at practice tomorrow. We're not taking any time off. I already enjoyed the weekend with my family, with my girlfriend, with her family. So we're ready to pursue this semifinal with everything that we have.
Yeah, because if you think about it, the next fight is worth $200,000 because that's at least what the runner-up gets in the finals. And there is no quarterfinals this year. It's just straight semis and then finals. So this is tremendous. This is a big fight, lucrative fight for all parties involved, everybody that's advancing to the playoffs. The only unknown is who you might face. To me, it looks like it could be one of three names.
Yeah, there's still three names in play, but it's like the probability is high that it's Bubba Jenkins. So we're going to watch some tape, but we're going to watch like 3/4 of our tape is going to be watching Bubba right now and picking him apart, starting to find all the holes in his game. Because like that's something that we take pride in. Like if I'm like kind of a student in general. You see, I watch sports. I pay attention to things. I have a pretty good fight IQ. So if I'm not studying and like breaking dudes down, seeing where they're weak, then that's just giving the other guy an advantage that he normally wouldn't have. So I'm going to make sure that everyone is studied. The Russian guy is studied. Brandon is studied. Bubba is studied. Anyone who's in the playoffs that could possibly fight me. I don't think I can fight Marias if it worked out that way until the finals. So I'll probably go light on him, but we are going to really watch some tape, get this all figured out. Do you know what is the – I don't even know. Like, what are these – what's everyone making that makes the semifinal?
I don't know what you make for win show, but what I'm saying is if you win the semifinal, that means you're in the final, right?
Right.
And the winner of the finals gets $1 million. The runner-up gets $200,000. That's why I'm saying just by winning, you already know it's like you got a $200,000 bonus because the worst you could do on finals night is not win it, but you at least take home that $200,000. So for most of the fighters, that's a jump for them.
That's cool, but we've been here before. I'm not here for $200,000. I'm here for $1 million. I've been there twice, and that's part of the bullshit that I told myself the first time when I lost to Schultz, the split decision. I was like, well, I made a lot of money this year, and it kind of made me like content because I made some money the night of the fight. I like walked away with $100,000 for 2 fights, which really wasn't shit, for fighting 2 dudes back to back like that. And I let myself be like, well, that's okay. I can provide for my family. And now this is like, I've taken the money part sort of out. I'm more like chasing the belt for my legacy. That's where I've refocused this. It's not about money, because when you let the money part trap you, when you fight for money, like some people do fight for money, but when you fight for money, you could get soft when you feel like you reached a point where you'll be okay. And then you start looking at it like, oh, this is bonus and this is just all gravy on top. I'm like, no, it's not. This is life, like a life-changing situation. To become the champion is a guarantee of certain things that like you can't guarantee any other outcome. I mean, look at me. I've been third twice, and I basically was on the ropes of no longer being really welcome at lightweight. and so it's not enough to be just like floating around the top. It's time to like dominate people. Like I know that I can, and it's more for my pride and like my legacy at this point. I want to get in like real dog fights with these guys who say they're tough. Like I want to have a war with the guy Brandon from the UK. I see myself fighting him in the final, and like, you know, he talks all about how he's ready for war and on and on. And I saw his last fight. Tyler's a tough dude, but I mean, I don't think Tyler really tested him one time, except him getting a little tired, just trying to beat the guy up, and he was still gassed and like almost quitting. So what's gonna happen when I'm really like putting hurt on him? It's a 5-rounder, the final, right?
It is.
Like, let's go. It's time to melt people. I can't wait.
That works, man. I'm getting fired up because PFL, the first couple seasons, they had a lot of fighters that fans and media couldn't really connect with. There was a lot of fighters from foreign countries. Some of them didn't speak English, but, you know, Loughnane's pretty popular. So are you. Palmer's now won it twice. You know what I mean? Bubba Jenkins is the national champ. So it's getting exciting. You guys kind of chirping to each other, building this thing up. And then, of course, the fights have now been on ESPN Plus, ESPN2, and ESPN. So this thing's really, really the unveiling that PFL's done for 2021 has been tremendous. There was a lot of buzz after Thursday night's fights last week on social media and amongst the people that I talk MMA with. It was really, really tremendous.
Yeah, I've been saying that, and like, and no disrespect to some of these other guys. I know they like that international flavor. They want this to be an international fight league, but this is based out of America, and we're the American fighters, and we carry the storylines, and we're the ones chirping back and forth at each other, making this thing fun. Those guys can't get involved in it. It's impossible. There's just a language barrier. So I think I put us at a premium because we are capable of doing those things and bringing that American attention this way. So I embrace all of that. I respect these dudes, but this is just fun. I enjoy it.
Nice. We'll let you get back to that movie, but thank you for making some time for us to catch up a little. Congrats on the win. And then we'll see how this fight plays out between Hovland and Palmer. And right before, when you're stuck in that bubble again, if the bubble still exists, I don't know. But hopefully before your next fight, about a week out, we'd love to catch up with you again, Chris.
Absolutely, guys. Anytime. Love speaking with you.